Listen, when you stand alone,
just because you wear a badge,
your body is already clean. Your soul, your mind, you don't need a cleanse from somebody else touching your body and putting eggs or whatever they tradition is from their country onto your body. If you stand alone and know who you are, you don't need all that. You're already cleansed. Once you get quiet and know who you are. All right, this is going to be I'll put it as a random thoughts video today. Someone sent me a video. I saw the beginning of it. And I skipped a few parts of it. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. But it's like a person being initiated into, I guess you can call it a cult or whatever. So the name of the video, I wrote it down here. And if I remember, I'll put a picture of the video here. It says, pray for IShowSpeed, ISHOWSPEED ... He has been initiated into the cult. It was done 3 days ago. What's today? Saturday. By at ABEDNEGOLUFILE. So anyway, like I was saying, if you are this is why it's so good to know who you are as an individual. And I talk a lot about getting quiet, not being afraid to be by yourself and get into yourself. Like when I say get into yourself, listen to the things that come to your mind and question them. Is this true? That I just thought, why am I thinking this? Or if it says to do something, should I do it? If it's nagging at you, if it's going to do something to help you be better at who you are and what you do, to make you feel good, unless you like to feel bad and then you act upon those things. I guess. But, and so I'm gonna talk about this in a way where it's hard to talk about ICE in a way, where immigrants will get offended. And because it's like, when it seems like as a society, when society talks about one thing, they could be talking about the military and they say all. They could be talking about preachers and they say all. They could be talking about the youth and they say all. They could be talking about old folks and they say all, which is not true. And this is a thing with the immigrants, right? It's not all. But I do know that the churches have been infected, laced with poison for a long time. And this is where a lot of the, this is where a lot of the take your ass back to your country, we're sick of you, putting all that bullshit into our children's minds, stuff like that, right? And not only that, it's like you treat the American people, you do all that to try to steal their minds and their bodies and their actions for yourself, and incorporated it into who you are and lead them astray while you try to be ahead, something like that, right? And so I know that this is one of the reasons a lot of people get frustrated, and then they treat Black Americans like shit. That's been for years, you know. The saying was always thinking you better, and it's not all. And so now, as talking about ICE and dismantling ICE, it's like, it's not all. It's those that, it's people. The ones that, if you can't differentiate and know who, you know, just because you have to send people back to their country that have their visas have been expired, or they have criminal records or stuff like that, but then you give them this authority and then they abuse their authority, abuse their power, and for those that they hate on a regular basis in real life, besides the job, those are the ones they're going to target. And there's no easy fix to that. That just goes way up the chain in every title, position, just people in general, you know. I mean, even when you're upset and you're like, we got to get all these people out of this country that don't belong here, and clean it up, but you don't have to be nasty to them, put them where the alligators are like you did the slaves. See, that old decrypted mindset still exists. It's hard. It's really, really hard to, I mean, once you think about it and chop it up and diagnose it, it's like, but you need a whole A-team with you, behind you, to help clean it up. And if they're talking about dismantling ICE and stuff like that, then what you're gonna do? Get another team, whether it's military, the guard, or what, to go after those that need to return to their country. Okay, so besides all that, it's like the idea of we can't change people. The main thing is to protect self, realize what is going on, and protect yourself from these type of people. And this way they can be easily identified in the workplace, and then to let go of the higher managers that are afraid to get rid of people with certain backgrounds, because they don't want to make any waves, or because maybe the people under them have threatened them, saying that they are whatever. I don't know. But it's a hard topic. It's a hard topic. And a lot of the youth, if they don't understand their personality of, I have to be seen, I'm going to have a lot of followers, I need people to like me, and they don't understand their personality, like that type of personality, and I need to always have somebody praising me to say that I am the best, and then I compare myself to others and try to be better than the next person. or they have that personality where they have to laugh and ridicule and have fun, but they don't know any other way to do it besides laughing at other people and putting other people down. And if they have another part of that personality to make themselves look good. So then they fall into this easily misled cult-like stuff that's going on, and is rampant. It's really, really rampant now. And then, okay, you see that video and they're going through the initiation, but then when you work in the workplace, you can feel it. You can feel the energy. You can, oh my goodness, you can just, you don't have to say anything. You can feel it, like so strong, so strong. And then you have those that try to be sneaky, but they're pretty tacky in their delivery method of trying to convince you to believe like them. Even some will say, I got you, you're thinking like me now, you know? And then you have to, you know, step back and say, you have no idea who I am. I'll let you think that for a minute. He, ha, ha, ha. You know, But, these rituals and these cults, I guess people have to go through it if they get involved in it, like the younger people, and realize they're just gonna have to bump some heads and go through it. You can't tell them what and what not to do. But I believe that if somebody is naturally good-hearted and have a good spirit, they'll come out of it, and they'll know, and they'll feel it, like, and it'll be hard. But the more people talk about stuff like this and bring about awareness, it will help people to protect themselves. You know. So yeah, we can get mad and say ICE need to take everybody up out of here, that, you know, this and that and that. That's not gonna happen. It's already infected, and the cultures and the churches, the people, the this, the that, they've came in, and, you know, but it's like identifying it and knowing just identifying it, and just reading and listening and doing research and being aware, and stand alone and get quiet. Stand alone and get quiet, because it's all within you. You know, you don't need nobody else to make you who you need to be or who you want to be. It's sad to watch stuff like that. It really is. And it's sad to see all these killings where, you know, they don't let the Klansmen out into ICE, and the radical murderers, Machiavellian, the bad part of Machiavellian. My goodness, my goodness. Anyway, can't change people, and people can't change you. That's it. And then I want to add how you know, when you come from other countries and if your personality is, you know, anybody can be money hungry, but if your MO and your the way you think is like, I gotta get money, I gotta get money, I gotta get money. So then, you know, just listening to about how you know, they target the Somalians, which is not fair to do a whole group, but it is documented that a lot of them come here and then get with the American people, write these checks so that they can get money, these fake checks, and dealing with money laundering and stuff like that. And then you have the American people with the record and you in the getaway car running. There's many cases. I need to pull it up and give the stories and stuff like that if I was interested, but this is some true stuff. You know, you get people manipulated and controlled so that you can get the money and stuff that you need or you want and hunger for, and instead of working for it in a legal manner. That's another thing. This is why I agree the those type of immigrants should go back to their country because of the harm that they're causing. And but we can't change people and they can't change us, but we can be aware so that we don't become manipulated and controlled into that type of behavior that will destroy us.